This is the story of me agreeing to get an older woman pregnant and then her
That's
trying to
already
ruin
an
my
L
life.
already.
When I was 23, I had a one-night stand with a girl from my hometown named Maria. We
Name
both knew it
dropping.
was nothing more than that, and we didn't speak after. Several months later, I received a text from her saying that she hadn't been lucky in love and she wanted a baby before it was too late. So she asked if I would get her pregnant and I
Flag
wouldn't have to
number
bear.
two. Flag number two. You felt bad for this old lady, and now you want.
Let me have this baby before it's too late.
Yeah, she's
Too late for what,
literally
baby?
trying to throw a Hail Mary, my guy. It's like all my options are exhausted, but you, my kind sir, can do something for me.
What's that video? You have the power to change that.
I'm broke. I can't eat.
Any responsibility. Like a sperm
Yeah,
donor.
that's
So I
crazy.
considered it, and I first thought no, but after some, time to think about it, I thought it'd be the right thing to do for someone struggling. So we filled out an ironclad.
See, look, idealistically, that is a very good thing. Idealistically, I ain't gonna be like, oh, somebody who struggled to have a baby. Yes, that is nice, but look at the situation and the country that we're in.
Look at the circumstances. It's like
No, you see how people want to abuse this system.
Like you gotta think, like, you're probably not the first guy she asked or tried to get a baby from, and you gotta ask yourself, how come all the dudes before me didn't just have the same kind of heart that I have? Because it's not about having a kind heart, it's about the law. The law don't care about your kind heart. As long as the situation meets the requirements and they're eligible to get you, they're gonna get you. It don't matter if you did it out of kindness, if you did it out of hatred, if you did it out of manipulation, if you did it, whatever reason you did it, the facts are still the facts. Whatever is reality and what they can see, that's what's going to be put onto the table. Oh, let's go back.
Agreement, and basically I wouldn't be responsible at all. A while later, she told me she was ovulating, and then a few weeks after that, she told me she was pregnant, and it worked. I went back to California for work,
and it worked.
Yeah, she's like, when she surveyed the whole country and got all the information, she said, "Boss, mission complete."
We got him.
Week after that, unbeknownst to me, she contacted my family behind my.
Now, I don't know if these are skits or not, what we've been seeing, but man, this is a well thought out skit if that was the case. Very well thought out.
She contacted his family
after she got pregnant.
Yeah, you just go back a little bit.
Yeah, I know. I heard that part. I heard that.
They then began getting dinner or whatever regularly, and as she got to know my parents started encouraging me to be in the baby's life. And once I found out it was a little girl, I thought it was the right thing to do. I flew home to be there for the birth, and I got a tattoo of our daughter's middle name before she was born. After our daughter was born, Maria wanted us to be together and be a family. And when I said I didn't want to do that, she wouldn't let me see my daughter. My main source of income at the time was the Airbnb that I owned. And she said this a few months after she was born. I felt bad, so I let her move in for several months, rent-free. Once she moved out, she told me this: "I've never done anything to warrant supervised visits, but I agreed to keep the peace. I would come home as often as I could to see our daughter."
Is that an Asian woman back there?
It looked like it to me.
Yo, she was on her last legs, bro. An older Asian lady. You know how in their country, how they feel about chicks that are older. They say like they there's no use for them.
Christmas trees, what they call them. something like that.
And things were usually okay when I was there. These are all from her Facebook. One Halloween, I didn't want to wear matching costumes with Maria, so she wouldn't let me see my daughter for a while. And when our daughter was being baptized, I drove a 14-hour round trip
came back on him
from Nashville to attend. And because I didn't want to see Maria the night before, she didn't allow me to come to the baptism at all. Soon after this, she served me with child support, saying that our original contract wasn't valid because our daughter didn't have a social security number yet. And I didn't fight her on it. I didn't have the time. I was living away. I ended up paying her $10,000 up front and $750 a month.
When I say that,
damn, you just have money just to give out like that.
When I say that yeah, y'all dudes, y'all know who y'all are, and y'all see what he looked like. Y'all be some of the biggest tricks in the world, bro. Like biggest tricks ever, bro. And they have the nerve to come at us about these things. That's crazy.
I was able to move home soon after that, and I began seeing our daughter regularly. Everything was going really well until I got a girlfriend. Even though she had a boyfriend who was regularly around our daughter, she said that my girlfriend couldn't be around our daughter. I was able to get our daughter for an afternoon, and Maria asked what I was doing. I told her that I was with my girlfriend and we were at Lowe's together. She freaked out. I said I'd bring her daughter back to her as soon as we were done, but instead Maria drove to Lowe's, apparently called my dad, and was running up and down the aisle screaming. I don't know what actually happened, but she was freaking out, just blowing up my phone, thinking she was in danger. And keep in mind, my girlfriend is a mom as well as a nurse. Our daughter was never in any danger. When I offered Maria and my girlfriend to get to know each other so they'd be comfortable, with my daughter being around, she immediately said no and called my girlfriend a word that rhymes with chore and refused.
Whore.
Maria then made a public post saying,
But like, look, like this whole thing is just all about control, bro. She really just wants you to be her main man, but she's just surfing with this replacement guy. That's what she really wants, and that's why you don't give her what she wants. She's gonna make your life miserable.
Dad, and I hadn't seen our daughter in weeks. Here I am with our daughter just a few days prior to this post. I also left my best friend's bachelor party a day early so I could be
Maria
home for Father's Day, and she's still.
She's Vietnamese. I think that last name is Vietnamese.
She even said this to my grandma.
I believe so.
She had her friends comment mean things on my girlfriend's social media multiple times, even though my girlfriend has never been anything but
passive aggressiveness is insane.
Because Maria tends to do this, I want to make sure that she doesn't twist the story and make it seem like I abandoned our daughter. I recently found out that our daughter isn't mine. I don't know.
Well, dun, 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 dun. Who is that? The Price is Wrong.
Who the dad is. But I've had 2 paternity tests done, and they both say this. I believed Maria when she told me that I was the only possible father. The situation.
Oh, you took her word for it.
But I was always happy to be a dad. I knew that Maria already knew she was pregnant. She had to have when she asked me to get her pregnant. I didn't think that was something that someone would lie about to another human being. Not only to me,
we in
but
America.
my entire family as well.
Well, what world you live in, my guy?
Not in our world.
Well, everybody's distraught about this. Maria, I allowed you to paint me as the villain and you as the victim for years to keep peace, but I hope you know that the only victim here is your child.
Well, I'm gonna let you go first. That's insane.
Yo,
bro.
that's pretty wild. But the main point I just want to say that this whole situation was just out of pure desperation on her part and control. Because obviously she was an older lady, one night stand. She probably had hookups in the past. Maybe she wanted to be fathers, or maybe not. And she saw you. She probably saw you was probably, good looking. You probably had to talk to each other briefly and talk about what you guys did. She realized, this guy has some money on him. That money ain't funny. So, you slept with her. Now she has this. Now she realized, bam, I'm pregnant. I don't know if it's him. It could be the other guys I dealt with, but you're the good one. I want you. And there's a whole certain point where they agreed upon, hey, yeah, I can help you get this child, but I'm not trying to be a part of it. And you already know there's other cases where dudes where they gave their sperm to other women to have a child, end up having the court knocking on their head to pay for child support. And just, I don't know, man. Like, this world that we live in, like, you try to be so-called good to certain individuals, want to give you their sob stories, and you want to do right by them, and especially a child like that was very risky on his part. But like I said, idealistically, someone who's struggling to have a child, to give them an opportunity, and they're going around wanting to make your life miserable just because you originally had an agreement but no, she didn't want to fulfill it and want to make your life a living hell. And it ends up you finding out it's not yours. So it's like all the years that passed or however long the situation was,
and the money that he paid,
money you paid is like you just look dumb.
I want to say this. First off, I don't think she was never into him like that. That's one. Number two, I think she just thought he was an easy target. Like,
yeah, that's definitely true.
Most 9 times out of 10, most likely, because let's be honest, you white dudes be on the low with these Asian chicks. Y'all be loving them. This is when they talk about interracial couples. These are the groups of people they're talking about. They're not ever talking about any other group. They're just talking about them too. Usually them, anything mixed with white. It just
white, black, white, Hispanic.
No.
White,
Leave
Asian.
black out the equation. Brown, white, yellow, white, white from the other white. Like, you know what I'm saying? Either way, she took advantage of the fact that a lot of you dudes do be fetishizing Asian women. I mean, I don't care what y'all could come at me in the comments about it, but it's the truth. Like, I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, Asian women are the wave now, because I remember they did that study where like they're the most popular women on dating web apps or something like that. They get the most first replies or something like that. But anyway, going back to the point, she definitely saw you as an easy lick, and she took advantage of you, and you didn't have any boundaries for yourself. And any guy watching this is what happens. You could still be a nice person, but have boundaries. Why would you risk your well-being? You as a single man, you're making bread, you're doing well in life. Why would you risk that for a lady you know nothing about? You barely know this woman. And then the whole baby situation. This is not like, yo, can you help me fix my car? Can you
give him some spare change?
Or can you fix my cabinet? Like, this is not something you just do a service and then walk away. This is a baby. This is another life you're about to bring into this world. And you think it's just, oh, I'll just give her a baby and then we'll just go about our merry day. What? No, that ain't something you just get into. That's a big decision to make. Even when dudes be donating to sperm banks.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
I
definitely don't agree.
Do you like? I don't think dudes understand that if they can find you, they can track you for child support. You're connected to that child. And let's say they have nothing to do with that child. As a human, how do you feel knowing that that's your seed out there homeless and suffering while you living the good life? But you don't care because you're like, I was just donating my sperm. I don't care. I don't care what they do with it. Or that's a piece of you out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter how you try to put it in the back of your head, I will always know that that's my baby out there in the cold somewhere. That's always gonna be in the back of my head. Even if I had 100 of them, there's just gonna be a time and a point in time where you can't. Once you bring life into this planet, it's stuck with you till you go to the grave. I don't care what nobody says. I believe in that. You're connected to that person no matter what. Same thing with Genghis Khan. They're all connected to him, okay? Even though he had a whole bunch of kids, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
He wasn't letting that coochie breathe. That's for sure.
Exactly. And another point of this, like, it's like getting involved. The reason I brought that up is getting involved in things that you're not ready for. Like, you don't even have kids yourself. Why would you think it'd be a good idea to give an older woman at that kids? And then when she said she got pregnant, you didn't think to ask, man, I should get a paternity test. And then they'd be like, well, Kev, most normal people don't do that. They usually trust their partners. Look,
she was a one night stand.
Paternity fraud is a real thing, and I'm like, look, before I get involved in anything, I like to know everything. That at this point, like I said before, protecting yourself as a guy is the most important thing you can do. Protecting yourself reputation-wise, physical, stuff like this, relationship. You have to protect yourself as a guy. You can still give to the world and be a good person, but you still have to know how to protect yourself. And this situation is not the definition of that. You literally put yourself at risk for so many things. And then you had to pay out all that money to this ungrateful mofo who was backstabbing you in the first place because you thought you was the guy, you thought you was the man. Not even thinking to yourself, and this baby don't look like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, now that we have those resources, there's no excuses, man. And then he waited so late to go get it done. Like, why would you wait till now to do that? You could have did that in the beginning, but good thing he still did it.
Yeah.
Because it could have went on longer. It could have went all the way to 21 years and find out later, oh, that was never your kid, by the way. See, this is why, as a dude, I'm not saying to have low confidence, but you have to question, why is she that into me? You know, because they will take advantage of the fact that a lot of dudes, we have egos and we think like, oh, nobody would dare do that to us. It's like, dude, the world is dangerous, and that includes the women as well. Not physically, not all the time physically, but mentally. She literally got into your head and made you make a like look at what you're dealing with now. Because you didn't take that. And I feel like as guys, we're not taught to protect ourselves enough. You know? We're not taught to stay guarded with our emotions and our soul and our well-being. That's the most important thing a man can protect, other than your body. You have to protect your soul because these things will destroy your spirit. Luckily, you came out of it somewhat okay. Somewhat. But
yeah,
there are dudes who come and find this out years later. And they end up committing suicide. They end up deleting themselves, crashing out. I'm like, yo, it's definitely something where like you gotta make it. It's gotta make sense. Make it make sense before you get involved in anything like that. And that's why me is like, if I get involved in anything, I accept the consequences. Like, I'm going for a certain type of job. If I'm going for a certain type of thing, I'm already in my mind. I'm already calculating. If this don't work out, this is gonna happen, and I'm okay with it not working out. But in this situation, dude, what were you thinking? Like, you just thought she was that much into you, dude? No, I don't believe that at all. Not even for a second. Just explaining the story. She was gaming on you from the beginning. So, like I said, this is their community type thing. So, glad to see that, because they like to usually put them on a pedestal and make it seem like they're these perfect women that don't have issues. I'm like, nah. There's good and bad in every culture, every race, every group, and it's just the bad's not shown as often. But yeah, it's just, you gotta set boundaries, man. As a dude, you have to. That's something 2024 and beyond. You gotta start doing that. Set boundaries, man. Like, you gotta protect yourself, protect your assets, protect your way. CGA call it protect your meat. Protect your meat. I love that acronym. Was it money, energy, attention, and time? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Protect your meat. Shout out to the free agent lifestyle. But other than that, I'm glad that, I guess we're gonna hear both sides of the story. Maybe she might put out a video or something. But I hope this is a learning lesson to a lot of guys who think, oh, she'll never do that to me. Famous last words.
I'm the man. Nah, brother.
Nah, you gotta check the ego, man. As dudes, we have to understand that. Look at the world around you. Yes, you can be strong. Yes, you can be fast. Yes, you can be smart. But people will utilize your gift against you just to monetize on you, just to monetize something off of you. And it's okay if it's under certain circumstances. But in this circumstance, you literally offered yourself to the beast. The beast ate willingly. So that's something that I feel like as guys, we got to take notes from. We definitely, got our notebook, writing this stuff down. But other than that, that's all I got for this.
So yeah, man, that's about all we have to say about this situation, the video. And if you guys have any more info you want to say about it, or is any more extra context to it, please let us know in the comment section down below. So once again, we appreciate you guys for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell if you haven't already. If you guys have any recommendations or feedback, you can hit us up on our social media or email down below. And we see you guys in the next video.
Peace.